Welcome.
That was fancy. Wait, was that a fade? It sounded almost like a fade.
Yeah, it faded.
Oh, it was a fade.
Yeah, there we go. How about
You
that?
figured it out.
Enough talk about it for week after week. Finally put the music fade in.
I liked it.
See,
I didn't even notice. That's good editing. We just kind of slid right into
it. Yeah. So welcome to the weekly meal plan review live on Friday. How's your Friday going? I'm looking at them, not you.
Oh, okay. All I see is you. Thought you were talking to me.
How's your Friday? How's your Friday going?
I just had a great workout. That's what I was going to tell you. Yes, I've been loving this. I feel
your Oculus or whatever.
I know it sounds a little strange, but if it's going to get me to work out, like I'm just not a workout person. I tried all these years. I want to get into it. I'm not a runner. I can't get into it. The only workout I like doing is like out in nature, like walking or hiking or dancing, I'm always dancing.
Dancing out in nature, like in a big field.
Oh, you do that in your backyard?
There's that lunatic dancing in that field again.
It's so freeing. But like, that's the only time I actually enjoy it. But with this supernatural, I'm telling you, it is my thing. I just did 30 minutes and I'm not a sweater either. I'm just not. I don't sweat because I don't work out hard enough. But I just did 30 minutes. I need to get you one. You will love it. It is so fun. I mean, they did this, I don't know. It's just, there's all these different workouts, like the 80s workout. Yeah, I think I told you about that one. Today I did some strange karaoke, but they had like all these songs from the past 30 minutes. And I'm jumping around.
My voice is cashed.
It is so fun. It's so fun. When you're here next, you're trying it. You'll get hooked. I want to go back and do it as soon as I'm done with my life.
I'm not done with my game.
I pulled the giant headset off and I was like completely sweating. I was like, that felt so good. I was like, oh my gosh, it feels so good to work out again.
Oh.
I know.
I can't wait to and I'm the same way, just as far as working out. And I have trouble getting going, but that's what I do, like walking, like just putting on the podcast, walking through the park, nice day, whatever. We got a nice track and go 2 different ways, depending. I used to go, do that 7-mile walk at that, whatever. It takes a long time. It takes like 2 hours or whatever.
7 miles? Okay, that's a workout.
It was. I would get up super early and I do enjoy that. Like in the summer, it's just nice. It's cool in the morning. I do like that. Like, I don't know. We have the little exercise area in the basement set up, and it's just, I don't know, just staring at the walls and then walking on the treadmill and like just doing exercises, staring at the cement walls. Like, like I'm in a prison yard.
I think that's part of my problem. It's like I need to be entertained or something. It's too boring for me. Like just for me. I know a lot of people, so many people are into it and could walk on a treadmill. I've tried. I got into it for a while. But I feel like that's why I fall out, because I don't, even if I watch TV while I'm doing it or listen to a podcast, I'm still kind of just bored.
Yes. I'm looking at the time. I'm looking at, when I walk outside, I walk and I know the distance. So it's not like, oh, when's this going to be? I know it's over when I get home. So I'm not focused on time at all. Here, it's like, I'm going to do this for an hour. And it's like, Jesus, it's only 10 minutes. Oh my God. 11 minutes, 12 minutes. It's like, I'm just staring at the timer. Like,
to me, that's not fun. I don't want to be focused. And then it feels like a chore. Like, oh, I've got 10 minutes. Now I got 7 minutes. And I don't like that. Because when Frank and I go for walks, to the lake, it's like fun, and he keeps at a fast pace. And I'm always like, gosh, your legs are twice as long as mine. But I'm so thankful when we get back, because I really feel like I get a workout. So that's fun. But anyway, this is really awesome. I'm so happy that we got it.
Yeah, it sounds cool. I'd like to try it for sure.
You really are getting a workout, because you're like you have these handsets too, and they vibrate. So then they're like long pulls.
Right.
You know what I'm talking
Lightsabers.
about. They're like lightsabers. Yeah, and these giant balloon things come at you. And it's not violent or anything. It's like right. So like the black ones are your left hand, and the white ones are your right hand. And there's 2, and then you have to squat and jump and go like that.
Yeah,
Literally,
I've seen
she's
people on
music.
TikTok doing it. I guess I knew it was some sort of game, but when you're watching them, you're watching them in front of you do it. So like I could see their full body, and they have the
Right.
thing on. But yeah, it is pretty cool. They're doing it to music or whatever. They're keeping the beats with those things.
I'm telling you, you're in this world when you're all, and then it's 3D, so you're seeing like
Consuming, yeah.
beautiful, yeah. And then when you're done, and then the coaches appear right in front of you, and the coaches are like, "Come on, keep going, keep going." I'm like, "Okay," I'm just shouting at my.
You're like off with their heads.
I always tell Frank, "Do not come down. don't sneak up on me or anything. You might get punched." But yeah. And so then when you're done, then there's a meditation. I started to do the meditation right afterwards. So after I come out of it, you're all like, "Oh, it's so nice," and you take it off. You're like, you're just in the living room.
Wow.
I was like, I want to go back there.
How depressing.
So
Yeah, and you see the snow on the deck. It was snowing and sticking yesterday.
I know. Well, today it's sunny at least.
Yeah, it's nice. Everything.
Well,
Nice.
I could totally see you getting into it, so I'm going to get you into it. How about that?
Sounds good to me. Get into something here.
Okay.
So sorry we missed last week. Something came up and it was unexpected, and we couldn't do the show. So we're back on track, as we keep saying that we're back on track. So we do the weekly meal announcements here. We just got a couple of regular announcements, or well, I guess one. So we've been kind of teasing a big announcement in the last couple of weeks. We've been putting in the effort to get this thing rolling. So we're finally at a point where we're going to be doing it on Tuesday. We're going to be doing a little live show, and we're going to give away some prizes. We're going to make the announcement. I had talked about Butler, who is the producer of Soy Curls. I had contacted them, and they had sent me a box of things to give away. So I'm going to be giving away soy curls and soy jerky and TVP. We're also going to be giving away memberships to the weekly meal plan. We're going to give memberships to the not memberships, but the 28-day kickstarts.
A month long.
Yes, yeah. So a month long, either the kickstart, and you'll have your option of either or. So if you have both, or if you went through both, actually no, I'm going to give those away to non-members. Sorry. So we're going to give the Butler stuff away to members, and we're going to give any non-members. We're going to give away a membership, so you can become a member and check out everything that we're doing here. So mark your calendars for Tuesday. We're going to make some posts in the private Facebook group. Oh shoot!
What happened?
I was gonna put these. I put these things, so I do them, and then I totally get distracted and I don't do it. So if you're not part of the Facebook group, you can join the Facebook group down here and come check out the Facebook. We'll make some announcements over the weekend into the week, but Tuesday is the big day, so don't miss Tuesday.
Can I win the soy curls package?
Yeah, you're just saying, like, why can't I win the soy curls?
I want that soy curl turkey.
Well, I have to say,
I really want to support that company. I love that company, and our recipe developer has been there. It's in Oregon. She lives in Oregon, and she said they're wonderful people, and everything's organic and just really nice, and they're always giving away little extras in their shipments. So I just think it's really nice. So we want to support them, but we're not like affiliated with them or anything, which would be nice to be maybe someday, but we're not. Yeah. So I do want to support them. They're just pretty small company, she said. So anyway.
Yeah, the first time I ordered, like in bulk, I ordered like 6 bags of soy curls, and they threw in a jerky and a TVP, and I was like, "Wow, holy cow!"
First time order, yeah.
I did try them both. I mean, the jerky's a little salty, but it is really, if you like jerky, it's really good, man. The consistency of it's awesome. It's not like because the soy curls are kind of, they're like almost like styrofoam when you get them, and then when you cook them, they're like chicken. But when they're in jerky form, when they dehydrate them again or whatever they do to them, it gets it just has that jerky texture. It's really good, man. My kids, I had the whole bag sitting there trying it. The kids were eating it. My wife was eating it. I was eating it. The bag was gone. I was just like, well, I'm glad they sent me that bag. Now it's gone.
I tried mushroom jerky. That was really good.
We did try that. My daughter bought it one time when we were at the store. I tried that. It was good. That was good. It was similar, actually.
This was from a co-op down central Illinois by Urbana. my sister Jan sent it to us.
Huh.
So good, and I need
Yeah.
to get some more of them because I haven't found anything that good. It's just nice. I mean, again, yeah, it is salty. I wouldn't eat bags of it, but a little treat here and there. I don't know, probably had some oil, but
They used to
tasty.
have that. They used to have that on the like on our vegan rack that used to have the soy curls. They'd have those. They had some chips. They had some
What's the
cookies.
vegan rack?
Just at Pete's, they had like a rack on the end of the aisle with all those types of products, and then it was gone, and everything was gone with it. But yeah, they used to have, that's where we got. And Amelia saw them, and she's like, "Oh, look at this mushroom jerky. Want to try it?" And I'm like, "Yeah, let's try it and see what it's like." So we tried it. It was good.
Yay.
Yeah.
Okay, well, one lucky winner, one of our meal plan members is going to get that basket.
Well, I think we'll give away single items to a few people instead of giving everything.
Oh,
Well, because there's a couple. I think there's 2 bags of
pull
jerky.
that back. I guess we can discuss that. Yeah, I thought I was getting a whole basket.
There's a couple of bags of each, so I don't want to give everybody, 2 bags. I'd rather have a few, have a handful of people win.
Yeah, let people try them.
We'll figure it out. We're still working out
the details.
All righty, so let's get to the meal plan. Let's see here. We'll go back to this. There we go. All righty, let me do this.
Oh, so we decided this week we were going to kind of make things a little bit easier, because easier meaning if you do the prep work, because it's just so nice to make a wrap, I think. And wraps aren't always on my radar. I mean, because we love sandwiches so much, so I always think bread. So if I'm going to make something similar, I always think bread. But we get these wraps at the farmer's market. It's Daniel, our friend. He owns this company called The Eating Well. It's here in Illinois. It's in Schaumburg, I think. Anyway, we met him a few years ago at the farmer's market, and we get his Ooga Booga wrap every Saturday. You might have seen us eating it in one of the videos from the farmer's market that I do over the summer. But it's so good, and we look forward to that wrap every Saturday. And I started thinking, like, why don't we eat more wraps? I think because we always eat Daniel's wrap. I just don't think to make them at home. But I've been making tortillas lately. We made the Ethiopian injera, and I have a lot of wraps in my freezer, and I've just had them around. So it was kind of on my radar. Let's do a week of wraps, because when you have all the components, it's so easy to throw these together. Everybody loves, like, sandwich night is so easy cooking night. And we also wanted to highlight cooking with things some of you meal planners have already made. I know a lot of you have tried the crispy tofu and love it. I just made it again last night for a snack. As I was cooking dinner, I just had a taste for it, so I'm snacking on it before dinner. Okay, I do that sometimes, and it's so good. So the crispy tofu you've had, and it's super good. Some of you might have tried the breaded. I'm just looking at all 3 meals right now. The breaded soy curls. Those are so delicious. They're crispy, crunchy, and you already know those are good. The dressing, I don't know if you've had the smoky chipotle dressing, but that's in the Kickstart. That one's been around for a long time. Super, super delicious. The peanut barbecue sauce is another one that's been on the site for a long time. Really, really delicious. We make our own barbecue sauce. These words get tricky. I get a little tongue-tied. Phil and I joke, everything is smoky around here. We have to think of some new adjectives for these recipes, but our sweet and sassy barbecue sauce is in our smoky peanut. A component in our smoky.
The sweet and sassy smoky barbecue sauce.
Wait, I got it. Our sweet and sassy barbecue sauce is a component in our smoky peanut barbecue sauce. Does that make sense?
Sweet and sassy barbecue sauce down by the seashore.
I'm not buying any barbecue sauce at the seashore, okay? Okay, now I lost my train of thought. Okay, so I explained all this in the meal plan, but our barbecue sauce is a component in this barbecue sauce, the peanut barbecue sauce. If you don't want to make ours, which is really easy to make, and I know a lot of you have made it, you said you've made it. It's a list of ingredients, but basically all you do is throw it in a saucepan and cook it. That's it. So just grab all your ingredients, throw it in, and it's done. If you don't want to do that, then just use your own. If you have a favorite barbecue sauce, hopefully oil and sugar free like ours, just use that. bottled sauce. So then you mix that with a couple of things like peanut butter, pineapple juice to make the smoky peanut barbecue sauce. I feel like, I hope this is making sense. I'm trying to clear it up. It just gets a little bit challenging for us too, but we love that we did our site this way because we have all the components broken out. So we're actually trying to teach you guys how to cook this way for those of you who want help with that. Because we've said this before, when you have all these components, then you could come up with your own things. So that's what our thinking was, let's make some things people are familiar with, put some sauces together, put some tofu together. Let's move on because I'm going to start talking about the other.
Okay. Well, and part of it for me too is this is how I kind of have leftovers a lot. Is I'll have a wrap on hand, and it's like, what did we have for dinner last night? I'm going to make it into a wrap today. So
right.
That's how I make our dollars stretch. And a lot of this is about. A lot of people say that it's just so expensive to eat this way, and it's really not. As long as you're smart about what you buy and you do things like that. That's why I make double recipes of things. That's why I buy in bulk. But that's also why I make, a 4-person meal for me and my wife. So we do have lunch the next day, but that's what I do enjoy. I do like doing that, where if I have a wrap on hand, a lot of times I'll make it, whatever we had for dinner into a wrap. So.
Right. And we have all this in the Kickstart, like when we do the tacos or the tostadas, and we have burrito bowls the next day. Sorry, I got a cough. The next day. And we do this, you'll get to it. We also have one of ours here. We make like burgers, and we'll do a burger wrap the next day, So we do it in the Kickstart, and that's planned. So people start thinking like that. And also repurposing in ways where, like, if you have a stir fry and you only have a little bit left, you could just make some extra rice, and bulk it up in other ways. So we go over that in the Kickstart too. But yeah, that's what's great with these, because when you have all these separate things in your fridge already made, you can easily make a wrap, out of just different things. Frank and I laugh about it. It always tastes good. No matter what we mix together, it always seems to taste really good. I'm like about to cough.
There's a mute button. There's a mute button.
Oh, I can mute myself. This is a mess. Am I muted? I think I'm a little pumped up from that.
We'll edit all this out. It's not.
Oh yeah, it's not live or anything. Oh my gosh, I don't know why I was choking. Am I allergic to something in my salad? Okay. So this one has the smoky peanut barbecue sauce, which I already went over, which that is so delicious. I know that's one of your favorites.
It is. And I mentioned this a few times. It's just something that I never thought to put together. And now it's something that I always know I can throw together, which is great because we've made we put that on a bunch of different stuff, like soy curls or with pasta or, on different stuff. And it's like, wow, that comes out really good.
Yeah, it's right. That's what I meant. On different things, it's you can't even imagine how good it tastes on just anything you put it on. Okay, so the one thing I do want to say about all the wraps is look for the large tortilla size or burrito size wraps, because if you've ever tried to wrap like a taco size tortilla, it's really tricky. Unless you put just like a tiny bit of filling in it. But
they have the big burrito size, and then they have like just the regular size, which are a little bit smaller. Then they kind of start getting too small for me. So usually I don't see a lot of the bigger. I can't get the whole grain or the wheat in burrito size by me. So I
you can't?
Just the regular sized ones. But the burrito size ones are great because you can get everything in them.
So what did you say you do? You just wrap one side.
I just use a little bit less, and I'll have a couple personally.
Oh, okay.
A lot of times I do just wrap one side. If I'm having
I was gonna say that's what we do sometimes too. You just wrap one side. I like wrapping too because I like wrapping them up and then just having them, to take with us, or I don't know. It's just something nice about it, having a whole wrap in the fridge. But yeah, just quickly wrapping one side is easy to do.
Mm-hmm.
And I also say in the meal prep, you can layer them. So if you have your smaller one here, just lay it in front of you and make another layer.
Right.
Yeah, and roll it up.
It's a lot of wrap.
It's a lot of wrap, but it does. Yeah, it's a double layer, but not too. Just it's overlapping a little bit.
Yeah, I hear you.
But that works if you want to wrap it all up.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I can find those burrito size. I can find them, but yeah, that might be a problem. I can't find the Ezekiel really big ones.
Yeah, I don't see those.
The sprouted grain, which I like those, the smaller ones.
Yeah, I have to go to Whole Foods for those. They don't sell those by me.
So yeah, try to find them if you can. If not, eat them open faced, whatever you would call it, one side open, or layer them. That's all fine. And then, so for this one, we have the pan-seared, soy curls. We don't think making the soy curls early is a good idea. I mean, they're just so much better if you make them like right before, and they're easy. I mean, you could just throw them in the pan, and while they're cooking, prep all your fresh vegetables. But they're just best when you make them right before you have them. I mean, I always put the leftovers in the fridge and eat them during the week. But I always want to say, like, what's best is, fresh. Yeah. With the dressing, you can easily make those early. Yeah. And also the pickled carrots, you can make those early. They're probably better the earlier you make those. But yeah, this is so delicious. I mean, the soy curls and the rice give it like a nice satisfying, bite. And then with all the flavors going on, it's really, really good.
Delish.
Like it.
Oops. There we go. So is the crispy tofu lettuce wrap. Yeah, lettuce wraps were never really on my radar, for a long time, except for just those original lettuce wraps. Like I don't know what.
You mean on our site?
Well, just just in general. Like I never would see them anywhere. If I saw them, I'd never really get them. Just over the years or whatever. But I do like them. I mean, I think that's one thing about the wraps. I know my wife doesn't love all those wraps. And if it's a matter of just having, nacho chips or wraps, she'll always have just the chips or, think like nacho style stuff as opposed to taco style. She's not a huge fan of the wraps. She will eat them, but like these, she loves just because it doesn't matter. It's just just a lettuce cup. But I do like the lightness of that too. Like I went, when we're eating these or eating the regular lettuce wraps that are hot. I do like just that light because then I could eat a few, I could easily eat 3 or 4 of these things as opposed to I'm not going to eat, 2 even, wheat wraps or sprouted grain. But
and I also feel like the lettuce, it's just all you need is a holder, for the good stuff inside. And it's just like lets the other flavors stand out. Because I don't really eat flour tortillas anymore, but I do remember like that's really all you're tasting. It's like a big bite of flour tortilla all the time. Like as opposed to this where it's so light and you could really taste the crispy tofu and the really good dressing and all the other veggies in there. But yeah, I like that too. Like we have our Korean barbecue lettuce wraps and then our original lettuce wraps. I just can't
that's what I was talking about.
What are those called? I just can't think of it. I was trying to think. They're so good. I think we just call them veggie lettuce wraps.
Yeah,
you know what I want to do if the meal planners are listening? I want to go back and like revisit all the older recipes and just post them in our private group, and highlight you and I'm talking about. We should do that. Because there's so many that I don't know if people are really, we're not highlighting them. So how do they know if they're good or not?
They're all good.
What? I know they're all good, but when you get inspired, like when Mary just made the mini muffin or the meatloaf muffins, that everybody's like, oh, I made those. I love that. I'm going to try those. That's why I love when people post because it really inspires everybody. I'm inspired by all of our meal planners. I'm always making things that they're making because it gives you a taste for it,
Right, sure.
Like the cream of mushroom soup is so good. I haven't made that in months. I mean, Frank and I joke, what do we ever make again? Because we're cooking so
I know. That's the problem.
We cook new meals every week, Phil and I. So it's hard for us to go back to the old ones, but like I miss those old meals.
And then when I'm not, it's like, oh, I just don't feel like cooking tonight.
No, I get
I'm throwing leftovers together, or just throwing some components that were already made and making something, a mishmash meal or whatever.
Yeah, we get cooked out.
But yeah, this is great. And this is the new dressings on here. The creamy lime, not chipotle, the creamy lime,
Miso.
miso lime. Yeah, really, really tasty. I mean, what I love about that is just kind of all the it's kind of tangy, it's kind of sweet, it's kind of garlicky, it's got the miso, it's got the ginger.
Yeah.
There's a lot of good flavors going on there.
It's got cool, crisp, crunchy vegetables and then like the crispy, warm tofu. I love that cool and warm mix. Yeah.
Yeah, I do. I do like taking those right out of the oven and popping them. Just making it right away when those things come out, because I do like that, the fact that they're crispy and then you bite into warm and chewy on the inside.
I do a little sprinkle of sea salt right when they come out of the oven. Oh my God, they're so good.
Yeah,
I think I might have to make some tonight.
I made them twice this week. I made those.
Did
things
you?
twice this week? Yeah. Well,
Oh no, it's pizza night tonight. I was gonna finally make pizza. I haven't made it in a while.
Yeah, I'm not sure what we're gonna do.
Yeah, I have a bunch of mushrooms in the fridge I need to use like today. Yes, I'm definitely making pizza. That sounds really good. Okay, what's next? Oh, Chipotle Burt. Look at that beauty. Can anyone guess what the wrap is? Phil?
I believe that's injera wrap, is it not?
You're wrong.
Oh, is it the lentil?
Yeah, that's a red lentil.
I thought maybe that you were doing those injera so much that you made the injera.
Well, no, because those are so darn good. I ate them all up. No, these are just as good. These are delicious. They look like them because they're light and fluffy and they're like spongy. It's really cool. If you guys haven't made these, they are amazing. I mean, I don't know. I love them. And they're kind of sticky, so you can stuff everything in, roll them up, and it all sticks together so nicely. Anyway, I don't really even have them in the recipe because I don't know if people actually want to make make their own tortillas. You're making the burgers, you're making the dressing.
Easy wraps. That's killer weekend.
That's why I said that when we started. I said easy if you make. I know this one could take you all day if you make all the components. No, but I didn't include it in the recipe. I just added it in a note at the bottom because they're so good with these wraps. So if you want to make wraps, then with these tortillas, I should say, if you want to make these tortillas, make these burgers too, because these are really, really good. But if you don't want to take the time, just buy the tortillas. And then these mini burgers. So this we never had. Well, let me start again. In the Kickstart, we have the burgers, the smoky chipotle burgers. And then, like I was saying before, the next day we turn them into wraps. And they are amazing. They're so good. And that's what we're showing people. Your burgers become wraps. Well, we didn't have this recipe in the Kickstart, in the meal plan. God, I'm really all over the place. We didn't have this in the meal plan, so we needed to add it to the site anyway. So I just took it up a notch, and I figured out that, hey, it's its own recipe. We don't have to make burger-sized burgers. Let's make mini burgers, because mini burgers, for one, they're easier to you're going to rip apart the burger anyway. You're not going to eat a whole burger in a wrap. So these cook really easily. So you just make them like golf ball size, press them down a little bit. And since they're small, they crisp really nicely and they cook through really well. So yeah, these are so good. I was really proud of myself for coming up with these little burgers. They're so tasty. And they have corn in them, red pepper, what else? They a couple of different grains like quinoa and rice. Use frozen. That's totally fine. Make it easy, and pop them in the oven. And then the smoky chipotle dressing is the original. I actually wound up trying a few different with this because I thought I'd make something new, and I just went back to the original because it's so good. The one that's in the Kickstart, it's delicious.
It is good.
And then, obviously with all these wraps, throw on whatever you want, whatever you like. But I like a layer of leafy greens. Daniel does that with his Ooga Booga and his Danimal wraps. They're so good. And I'm like, what is it that I love about it's the greens. I'm not kidding. I know it sounds kind of silly, but it's true. The greens just give it such a nice freshness. So load on the greens with this one, because with that dressing and those burgers and that tortilla.
And those onions and that corn.
That is some wrap.
With the honey.
Oh my gosh, they're so good. This food is so good. Frank is just every night, he's like, it's like I eat a gourmet meal every night. Not that I'm a gourmet chef, it's our food. He's just like, I can't believe this. It's so good. I can't wait for someone to make this one. Okay. Oh, and you see those are sweet potato fries back there, which are so simple.
I can't get them.
And I just, they're not in the recipe or anything, but they're on our site. I just sprinkle some sea salt and some curry powder, and they are so good like that.
Yeah, I love the curry powder with the
My
salt
favorite.
on it. Super easy. And yeah, you told me about that like way back when. I think even before we even started this. I think
Yeah, I've been eating those forever. Love those.
Really good. The classic chicken style Caesar wrap. So yeah, this is the soy curls as we talked about, just those breaded soy curls. They got that great crunch and they got that great chewiness. And then it just has the fresh vegetables and the Caesar dressing, which is awesome. I mean, we've had that. I mean, I put that on so many things. I mean, wrap sandwiches, the potatoes. I put it on side dishes, everything. I love that stuff. My daughter dunks. What was great is when we were making these soy curls, I made a few batches of soy curls, but I was just dunking it in the ranch. It was like, oh, it's like chicken nuggets with ranch.
No, it is. Somebody on the site, one of our members did that. I think she made them just to do that. She said.
You can. And I did, for anyone who watched the video, I made a little breaded soy curl video, throughout the week. And you can. The trick is, and it does get a little bit labor intensive when there's smaller pieces. I mean, it is just, I wish you can get a bag of soy curls that were all big, all big ones. But unfortunately, a few of them break apart and whatnot. And I think they're all different sizes anyway.
I know, and I always try to pack mine so they're not going to get crushed or anything.
Yeah.
Not to get crushed.
I hear you. Yeah, the long ones are great. When I'm pan frying them, I don't care. Like they all go into the pan, they crisp up. The little ones are fine. The big ones are. And actually, in the pan frying, the big ones, sometimes you have to kind of flip them over and make sure the other side, because sometimes they're bent. And you got to kind of straighten them out and flip them over.
Oh, the pan-seared?
Yeah.
Yeah. The little ones cook a lot faster and they brown really nicely. So I wound up shoving those to the edge, and then I tried to cook the larger ones. I know what you mean. Yeah, you don't want them kind of raw.
Yeah, but when you bread them, the bigger ones are better. So I do, if I know I'm breading them, I do pick out all the big ones.
Yeah, I did that
make
too.
Them that way. Yeah. Just makes it easier.
And then the breadcrumbs, what I always do, and I have this in the recipe too, we write 100% whole grain breadcrumbs or whole wheat, but I make my own with Ezekiel toast and it's just so good. I think it's for this recipe, 4 pieces of toast or 4 pieces of Ezekiel bread, toast it, and then just let it sit out for a little bit so it hardens, and then rip it up and throw it in your food processor and blend it up, and you have perfectly good breadcrumbs, and they're really good. Just make sure you blend them really well, because I've not blended them well, and then they're kind of big, and that doesn't work well. But if you keep blending them, they go down really, really nicely, and they're perfect for these. And you did such a great seasoning with these breadcrumbs.
Yeah, they're good.
We've been breading, meat, chicken, steak our whole lives. Before we started eating this way, we have been breading everything. And I love Mom's breading. I used to, I used to love breaded steak when she made it. And it's just that breading is so good. And this breading, you've got it down. It's really, really good. My gosh, mix that crispy, warm, breaded soy curl with the Caesar dressing. I mean, you could just imagine how good this is. It's crazy good.
Well, that Caesar. I mean, I love that Caesar. I mean, I always say it, but I love that Caesar dressing, man. I make a double batch, and it's gone. Within 2 days. I mean, I'll just keep eating it till it's gone. It's so good.
Mary just said your pictures of these wraps have the most perfect looking avocados. Are you sure they are real? Phil,
I cut these super quick.
Are those real?
They are real.
They are real.
It's all real. This was my dinner that night I made.
That was your dinner. You actually ate that. Yeah, all the food that you see on the site turns into our dinners.
And that's the other thing about it. It's now I am a hot meal. I want to eat it hot. So when I am cooking these, it's all right, hurry up. Or sometimes I'll throw a meal in then we'll eat, and then I'll eat this as kind of my second helping or something like that. Or sometimes I deconstruct it and then make another meal out of it. That's not quite as nice looking, but yeah, because I don't like eating. I shouldn't say I don't like, because there's different things. But like with this, if it's supposed to be served hot, I like to eat it hot. I don't like it sitting out and getting cold, and then it's like, yeah, it's not the way
Yeah,
it was intended.
I don't do that because I don't know. I have to when I'm working on recipes, it's usually morning and all morning, and then everything's ready to be photographed by mid-morning. I can't wait till later because I lose my light. I like the natural light, and I like working in the morning and in the day. So poor Frank always gets reheated dinners because I have all my meals done by like 1 p.m. in the fridge.
But he gets a good lunch.
It's okay. I get bites of everything all day. Yeah, no, he does get a good lunch. You're right. He's my taste tester. He loves that.
And then this is just the creamy lime miso dressing. So that was this one on the crispy lettuce tofu wraps. So.
Oh, yum. And that's a good dipping sauce for the crispy tofu if you just want to make that and use that as a dipping sauce.
We were doing that as well.
Gosh, any of our, whoa, there goes my mic. Any of our dipping sauces dipping sauces. Any of our sauces really make good dipping sauces, like the ranch, the Caesar, the smoky chipotle, lemon tahini even. Yum.
That's what we did last night. I bought 2 things of tofu. I made this earlier just to kind of lock it in, and then we had another one, and I had that leftover dressing. I'm like, let's just make that tofu and just dip that in that dressing, because we still had dressing left over. Man, it's so good. Yeah, and that's just a good thing to have as an appetizer. Even I could have put this on a plate and had a bowl of the dipping sauce with some toothpicks, and boop, really good.
Yeah, remember when like 2 summers ago I served the smoky tofu or the crispy tofu?
Yeah.
I think I introduced it that night.
That you did. It was let me get rid of that here. Yeah, that was really good.
I haven't made that savory air tofu in a while. That's so good too.
Yeah, and usually that's what I do, just because it's a little quicker and it's a little easier, but it doesn't come as crispy as these. Like those get really crispy really fast, but these have like that slow crispy. So they're not.
These are just killer. It's cooking it on that top rack is really does it.
Yeah, that's the key.
And don't you love that it's 2 ingredients or 3 with the tofu?
Yeah, super easy. I mean, literally cutting the tofu is the longest thing to do in that process. Is just, I'm trying to get them all very uniform, like trying to put that down. But yeah, those things come out great, man. It really can't screw those up.
And if you want them crispy, leave them in the whole time. Crispy. Frank likes them almost like chips. I like to take them out almost halfway because I like them a little crispy, but depending on what I want to snack on. But
yeah, the way you made them that night, they were like the long planks. Or
I like those.
I make cubes a lot, but yeah, those are. Yeah, well, those are nice to dip. Like you can grab a side and dip. The cubes, you're dunking your fingers in that.
I'm not dipping in your dip after you dip your cubes. No thanks.
Cube dipper.
Don't double dip your cubes.
I turn it around.
No,
No, I'm not a double.
I always knew you were a double dipper.
I'm not a double dipper. How dare you? How dare you?
We aren't double dippers.
So if you want any more information about our meal plan, you can visit here. You can pause the thing. It's not an active link, but you can check it out. We do also, I just updated, actually, no, I didn't. So if you're watching here and you want to get a membership, well, come look at the Tuesday video and see if you win one. We'll be giving away all the details. But if you don't for any reason, I just put up a new coupon here. This is good for 3 months at 50% off. If you want to try the weekly meal plan, you do that live show 2022. Jeez, it's a mouthful. And you can get half off for up to 3 months. So if you want to give it a try, you certainly can. It's a special live Friday show coupon only. I'm not putting that anywhere else but this show.
I can't wait till Tuesday.
Yeah, Tuesday will be fun. So, like we said, we'll make an update on the Facebook page, and on Tuesday, mark your calendars. We'll do another live show. We'll be giving away some prizes and giving away some Butler products and making the big
announcement.
Finally, after months and months of planning and
People
guessing.
are on pins and needles waiting to hear.
I hope everyone's as excited as we are, but it'll be fun. I can't wait to can't wait to announce it. So.
Okay.
All righty, that's all we got. It's Friday. Hope everyone has an awesome weekend. You got anything planned? What are you guys doing?
Working. Frank has to work on Saturday here at home. And yeah, I plan on doing a lot of cooking and fun stuff though. I'm definitely doing my Oculus workout.
Nice.
I know that. Yeah, no, nothing big, but just that. I like weekends like that, where you can just, I don't have to work, but I like getting a jump on the week and trying new things. That's when I feel, be nice. What about you?
No, guitar tonight, and tomorrow going to play cards, poker tournament, or not tournament, but just a bigger game of, probably 15, 20 man poker game.
Wow.
I haven't done that in like 4 years, 3 years.
Yeah, nobody's gathering in big crowds.
Yeah.
That sounds fun.
I haven't seen these guys for a long time. So it'll be fun. I used to play with them all the time, and I just, whatever. The pandemic and such, I just haven't seen or talked to them or played cards for a long time. So that'll be fun. And Sunday is just cooking ain't eating.
Cooking day. Yep.
All right, great. All right, everybody, have a happy Friday, and we'll see you on Tuesday, hopefully.
Have a nice weekend.